Hey guys, Bon here. Today I'm going to be doing a commentary walkthrough video of Chrome King Gallywix. Here are the talents that I used, and these are what I recommend. And this is what I personally do. I'm not saying necessarily that this is what you must do or this is the correct way of doing it. This is just the way I felt was correct. I've seen some Ellie Shamans run Magma Totem. I tried it. It's okay. I've seen a little bit of Lightning Rod. I think Power of the Maelstrom is going to give you more value as some of the ads don't really live long enough anyway. Okay, with that being said, let's get into the VOD. Alright, so here is the start of our pool. You can see our pool timer is right here. We're pulling in 10 seconds. I like to open with Windrush so you can get away from his AoE explosion when he lands here. Otherwise, it will one-shot you. I found great success in casting your Stormkeeper around 5 seconds so it lines up well with certain parts of the fight. So I'm going to open with Stormkeeper into Storm Ellie. A little bit late, but that's okay. As soon as it's pulled, I like to start immediately running, and you have 2 instants to start off the fight, which is your Ascendance into P-Wave, into Lava Burst, into Stormkeeper Charge 1, into Lava Burst, into Stormkeeper Charge 2. And from here, your single target rotation is essentially just Lava Burst your Spenders, or Lava Burst your Ice Fury, or Lava Burst your Lightning Bolts. If you ever Ice Fury, please remember to make sure that you're proccing the second part of your Ice Fury, which is Fusion of Elements, which requires you to either cast a Fire and Nature spell back to back, not back to back, but when you do that, it'll proc an Elemental Blast. The best way to do this is by refreshing Flame Shock, as Flame Shock counts as both Fire and Nature. It's volcanic, and that'll proc your Ice Fury, which you'll see me do most of the time. All right, so this is kind of where the area where I was assigned to rotate with my team. First mechanic of the game, you're going to want a Spirit Walker's Grace here and just continue your normal rotation. You get this debuff. You don't want to be too far away. You start taking additional damage from this, but you also want to spread out and not beam your friends. And again, single target rotation is just Lightning Bolt filler. Always try to Lava Burst your Spenders and your Ice Furies, and only use Frost Shocks for movement globals. You can see me here. I have 2 charges of Ice Fury. I'm going to go ahead and use one. I proc it with Lava Burst Earth Shock, and then the second one can be used and proc it with another Fire, Nature, or Refreshing Flame Shock. Now, when these ads spawn, you want to P-Wave the boss, and then ideally Ancestral Swiftness to Chain Lightning. I chose to Lava Burst, and then drop 1 or 2 Quakes. Anything more than 1 or 2 Quakes I think is just too much. After that, you're just spamming. I get a really nice proc. You're just spamming Chain, and then I Lava Burst only on procs and send Earth Shocks into the boss. And you spam Chain once the ad starts to die. Then you go back to your single target rotation. I usually focus the Technicians. The first one doesn't matter, just so I can kick them. Gonna dodge the lightning circles. Not much to do here. Send your Stormkeeper on CD. I found this to be maybe more damage. You could also delay it and it lines up with ads. You might lose a couple charges of Stormkeeper doing that. I sent on cooldown. I also sent P-Wave on cooldown. Sending Stormkeeper on cooldown allows it to line up with your second Ascendance nicer, depending on where you're sending your second Ascendance. Now here's the bomb that I'm assigned to soak to. Everyone, you should have an assignment by your raid leader to do that. Now there is movement after this. The boss does AoE explosion. You want to make sure you have raid movement ability, but the most important thing is make sure that you save Maelstrom and Frost Shock so that when you're moving, you can see me as I'm moving. I no longer have Spirit Walker's Grace. I cast an Ice Fury, probably double Frost Shock, and then run Flame Shock the main technician, put him to focus and make sure that you're kicking. And I usually drop 1 Quake, sometimes 2, but I think 2 is too many, just 1. Spam Chain, use your Lava Burst proc, single target off Technician while Chain Lightning. You're going to want to drop your Storm Elemental on CD. And since I have House of Cards with 3-minute Ascendance, I want to use this House of Cards instantly. So you'll hear on my videos a lot, you hear Trinket Trinket, which is like a reminder, hey, use this, because you get a use in between your Ascendances. Here I get back into my soak, and this is where my second Spirit Walker's Grace is. Because now we got a soak, but instantly bait a frontal. I'm going to Spirit Walker's Grace and start going. You want to bait your frontal toward the grates over here. If you get this fire debuff, you're going to run it out. Here you bait the frontal, then you get out and avoid other people's lines. You can tank one of these circles, it's fine. Two might be dangerous. I chose to kind of split it here. This is risky. And then I thread the needle here. I should be back up into here. And then you can just continue your single target rotation here. In terms of defensives, I haven't really had to use many. Only one in the phase 1 circle beam. And you want to use that halfway through that phase. You don't want to use it early because your healers are just pumping CDs. But near the end of that phase, you want to start using your astral shift because you take healers are running out of juice and you start to take more damage.
I got you.
So single target rotation. I already explained this. We're going to use the Stormkeeper on cooldown. And ideally, you're buffing your Stormkeepers with Lava Burst. I don't do that here. I think it's a little bit of a mistake. It's fine. It's okay to make, it's okay to make simple mistakes like that. I think you lose a little bit of damage, but nothing that you're going to notice. The most important thing is watching this video, you've noticed that I've missed maybe one global or two globals swapping a Ghost Wolf every now and then. Is uptime. Always be casting as much as you can and never, like, if Elemental is never not casting anything, our damage just tanks, right? Our dot doesn't do anything. Flame Shock is the only thing we have to do damage. That's it. So this is my win rush. And again, I'm using Frost Shocks for movement, Earth Shocks for movement, Instant Lava Burst, and then we go to the next guy and do the same thing. Focus this guy. I lose a cast there because of a swirly. That's okay. And then you just chaining. I drop one Quake probably, and then just go to chain, Lava Burst, and then Earth Shock, and I swap back to the boss because everything just dies. Like these ads just die too fast, which is why I don't really think Magma Totem is really worth, in my opinion.
You're getting out with your blaze lines.
Alright, now we get this blaze line. This is the hardest part of the fight here. You want to bait the frontal this way so that you can soak these bombs that spawn. Because if you're soaking and he beams here, you're all dead. Now these frontals, these fire lines have to be away from the raid so you don't knock your people, because he's going to do a frontal and you have to instantly get in your soak. You can see this is like ticking, right? So as Ellie, you have Gust of Wind, which is awesome. So since I get this, I'm already in position to gust, and this is my soak instantly, right? If I didn't get these lines, I'd be baiting over here, and as soon as you see that frontal, you can gust in that way. So we can definitely, we're pretty good for this part. Gust in, and ideally this is your astral shift portion, right? And you can see me hitting astral shift because you're going to be taking a lot of damage here. Astral shift definitely if you don't get those lines, because you'll get fire circles here, and that's where you astral shift and you can tank some of those circles. So here's where your second ascendance is coming back with these ads. You can choose to save this ascendance and send it with the first intermission ads. I think it was better for my team to just for me to delete these ads, except for Moon. You don't want to kill Moon. You don't want to kill one of the technicians. The first set of intermission ads were just getting completely destroyed by everyone else, whoever else was saving CDs. So here I set focus on triangle because I'm kicking that. I kick it here. I hit Ascendance. I cast Stormkeeper, hit Ascendance, and I'm just dumping my Maelstrom with Earth Shocks onto the boss. You could pad and drop Quakes. I don't think it's necessary. So I'm just like Earth Shock, and as soon as I have enough room to send the chain, I do it. I think in this situation, I just send back-to-back chains and then just spam Earth Shock and then P-Wave on CD. You get a little bit of Primordial Wave damage value. And here's where my next Spirit Walker's Grace is, because now we're running out for his explosion, right? And look at my uptime. It's just uptime. And I see this text here that says safe, right? That's a maximum range from his explosion. So now I can just keep casting here and dancing around these circles, like dance, cast. I am never stopping casting. This is why we're doing like lots of damage, right? You cannot stop casting as Ellie. If you go Ghost Wolf, you start running, you stop dropping, like it's just not good, right? So now we have to bait frontal. No fire lines means I have to go bait over here. And then I get out. Don't get hit by this and dodge circles. If you get a fire line, you cannot, you're not an option to be selected by the beam, which is nice. So you can just get out and chill. Notice I haven't had to use my totem. I mean, this fight has been nerfed a little bit, I think. So there's not a lot of damage intake. So again, continue your single target rotation. And now what I'm doing here is I'm pulling Maelstrom because it's intermission time. Intermission, there's lots of ads. I'm going to have Stormkeeper with it, and I'm going to have double to triple Earthquake on these ads. So I'm going to cast Stormkeeper, drop 2 to 3 Earthquakes depending on Aftershock procs. And if I don't, I'm just chaining, chain. And then okay, this is very important. Chain off the sentry here, not the boss. Because once you hit over here, you're going to be out of range of the boss, and it's super annoying to try to chain off the boss, like really annoying. And then, so you chain off this guy, and then you want to kill these guys. And you want to kick this late. Here you can see like our prop alley shield just bounced to it, which kind of sucks. Now, the blue line, this is weird. There's like a little dance and forth. You're going to get hit by this. This doesn't one-shot you, but you can see it does like 65% of my health. So, red circle spawn, you cross. Ideally, you cross on these blue circles because that's before it's active to this blue crap on the ground, right? I get hit a lot over the course of this fight, probably because I suck. That's okay. And then the little ads just get blown up. You see, if I save the sentence right here, like it's just bad. Like people just delete them. So I'm targeting this sentry, and then I'm gonna target this sentry. Red circle spawns. I dance back. That one's good. I get a nice proc here. Finish off the sentry, and then switch storm melee on CD, and then go back to the and just crank the boss. Again, that goes here. He opens up a safe spot, and you just play back here as range. You hear trinket trinket, so I pop my trinket in between the sentences. And continue single target rotation. Now this next Ascendance I'm going to end up saving, so because there's an ad spawn around 7 minutes 20, and in theory I can send the next Ascendance on CD and then have another one at the end, which is more boss damage, but I think it's safer for us to send for second intermission ads because we can just carry that phase like crazy. We'll just ascend, drop Earthquake, spam chain, and delete all the small ads and the sentries as well. So here we're stacking because there's going to be fire circles, and it's better to stack and move as one than to spread and possibly get trapped. So here's where I use a Spirit Walker's Grace. My next one, so you can just dodge, and I'm just never stop casting. And you have to save your Astral Shift, in my opinion, for the soaks. You're going to have these cone soaks, you can dodge these big circles, but there's like a absorb giant cone that comes out. And you want to Astral Shift one, Totem another, and Astral Shift the next one. You should get 3. Some groups get 4, but I don't recommend putting Shaman in the one that soaks 4. Dodge the frontal. This spawns orbs. Don't touch these. They'll stun and or slow you, I believe, so be careful. So here I want to get in there. So here I'm actually stop casting because I want to make sure I'm in it, and I was in a bad spot. So I want to make sure I get to my spot and go deeper to give my priest room because you see circles, you don't want to cleave each other. And I Astral Shift, and I should Earth Shield myself. Hopefully, Bon. I do not, because I trust Earth Shield that much. Definitely not a misplay. Anyway, it gets healed off anyway fast. So now we group up together again and bait, and then strafe away, but we don't get that many. It looks like it's random how the fire circle spawns. Sometimes you get a lot, other times you don't get that many. So again, your single target, we already talked about it. P-Wave, Ancestral Swiftness should be macro together. Use those on CD. Use your Storm Melee on CD. I'm choosing to save this Ascendance Trinket for the next set of ads. And this is the final Stormkeeper I can use because, as you know, ads spawn at 7:20, so Stormkeeper's a minute CD, so I know it'll be back for the next one. And I know I can use the latest I can use P-Wave is around 650, so I can have P-Wave up for those ads and Ascendance as well. So it's very calculated, kind of like when you use your CDs sometimes. Okay, so we have a Spirit Walker's Grace. You can see I am wind rushing us for the bait fire. I think this ends up being a good decision. Spirit Walker's Grace, so we can move together because we get bombarded here. So like, okay, then never mind. That wasn't that bad. I still think it kind of helped us. So you know, it is what it is. It saved us. It saved all of us. So now we're getting in for the second soak, and I don't have Astral Shift, so this is kind of dangerous for me. But we do have a barrier, and I'm gonna make sure I don't cleave anyone else. And I drop Totem. So I refresh Earth Shield because I know this is more dangerous for me since I don't have Astral Shift. And then I just going back to my spot. And while I'm moving, you can see I'm using my instants, right? Frost Shock, Instant Lava Burst, Earth Shock. Now I'm back positioning, casting again. Not stop casting. Never stop casting. If you're moving, plan your movement, right? Whenever we group up and move, I have Spirit Walker's Grace. If you group up and move and don't have it, save your Frost Shocks, save your instants, pull up Maelstrom.
Let's go.
So now, oh snap, yo Tricky, thank you for the sub again. Appreciate that. So now we're gonna cross over because this pie is gonna be closed off. We just turned in a bomb over here, and it's essentially the same thing. We're gonna get one more cone, but we have Astral Shift for that, and then spread for lines, spread for circles, and this is a little bit of a dance here though. I think I do get hit a couple times because I hate this. But okay, so now this is the next part of our big damage moment event. So once we see these circles spawning, you're gonna Stormkeeper, Ascendance, cast your P-Wave because that's gonna hit 6 targets with P-Wave while ascended, big damage. Of course, you have your Trinket macroed. You're gonna drop Quakes here and then release your your Stormkeeper charges.
Mace trigger
Stormkeeper, Ascendance, P-Wave, Drop Quakes.
melee in the middle, melee in the middle.
Send your
melee in the middle.
Stormkeeper charges. You can see me targeting the boss, and I'm like, why is my Stormkeeper not going off? That's because I'm out of range. He goes to the center. I'm like, okay, so I completely forget. I should be targeting this guy and chaining off this guy, but I think I end up tabbing and just spamming chains. But I definitely lost a lot of damage because someone just exploded them there. But if I had just sent those 2 seconds earlier on this guy, I would have got a lot more piece of that pie. Like a lot. I did not get any there. And then I'm gonna get this kick over here. Somebody should get it. Looks like Tay gets it, and then you can see in Ascendance we're just killing everything. And then you're crossing. I actually get hit by this, so I'm like, oh, I thought this is supposed to clear first, and you cross over, but that wasn't the case. So I'm like, okay, I am blessed that I survived, and I think I instantly. I yell like no, and I instantly health bot Hellstone back to full. I'm like, Jesus. So I'm very upset with myself. Big mistake there. I probably should have died. I did have Onk, but still, dying is never good. So now P-Wave is desynced with Ancestral. It doesn't matter. Send them on CD. Just make sure that when this comes up, you can ascend it. Single target rotation. I instantly use that. And then just keep DPSing. And then if you're interested, all my abilities are here. What I'm pressing. Lava Burst, Earth Shield. Or Lava Burst, Earth Shock, sorry, and then spread for this. Right here, I'm already looking. Okay, I'm trapped. I see this opening here. I'm like, okay, I can Gus here, worst case scenario. But then a spot ends up opening up here, so I just chill.
Blaze line, stay spread, and then right cone soak.
Right cone soak is me. This is my astral shift, so I'll be chilling. So here, with your lines, you just back up to the back, and then you chill, and everyone moves around you. We go back to the cone soak. So for movement, look, I'm just using Ice Fury, Frost Shock, Lava Burst, Earth Shock. I have Astral Shift, so I'm safe. I'm Giga safe. Lava Burst Earth Shock, Lava Burst Lightning Bolt, refresh your Flame Shock always, and then Frost Shock's for movement. Here's a Wind Rush because we're baiting fire. We're all stacking here, and we're going to move this way, and some people move the other way. Looks like we didn't even get that many to begin with. Again, I'm syncing up my P-Wave here with Ancestral, P-Wave, Lava Burst, Earth Shock. Use my Trinket and Potion here at the end. Actually, in retrospect, I should have used that potion with the ads. I don't know why I didn't, but definitely could have done a lot better if I actually got the 2 Stormkeeper chains off on the little ads. But
let's fucking go, bro.
You can see us being incredibly happy, which is awesome.
Let's go, baby. Big dice.
We got big dice. We win a Curio.
Big dice.
We end up winning the shield.
Big dice.
Oh my gosh, loot, bro.
Let's go, baby.
Can I cut them out?
Let's go, baby.
Hold.
Hold. We do open loot once everything is on farm. We just open loot roll. So then it's like, oh, who got them out? And I'm like, oh, let's see if we get something. So we loot.
Yo, res me, man.
Oh, keys to the big G.
Keys to the big G. Love to hear that. And yeah, so that is the commentary for Mythic Gallywix. I keep getting tons of positive feedback from my commentary walkthrough video, so if you like this and want to see more, please hit that like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.